So, here we go. Oh, man. What's going on, everybody, man? So, it's this new thing that went out that an OnlyFans white girl took out her boyfriend while he was sleeping. And all of the females are now making it about making this, what's it called? So, Tariq Rashid, whatever his name is, the ultimate race baiter, they're gonna dig up old tweets of this kid. Oh no, they're gonna dig up old tweets when he was a kid to put their point of not caring about his death, right? These are the same people who made a fact to loot and riot back in 2020. You saw my videos back in the day of 2020 riots and the looting and stuff, and showing you the devastation and the stuff they was doing. So, mind you, what that dude name again? I even forgot his own name. So the guy that they loot and rioted for was dating a white woman. But it don't matter unless it could benefit them. This is why I told you about their plan, right? So this can't benefit them because it's a somewhat attractive white female with a black man. So this is what they do, right? They will see a death based off what they can do with you. They're a bunch of vultures and they're despicable people. So he got took out by his girlfriend. They got video evidence of it. They got videos of her covered in blood, sitting in a room after he got expired. So I really want to say that what got this dude killed was not him choosing a white girl, but him thinking that thinking his dick was gonna actually change a female. We've been trying this damn plan for 60 years, 60, 70 years, that if you got a big enough dick, you can actually change women's mind and you make women respect you. And it doesn't work. Or how about the game shit? The game and, talking women out there, panties and all this shit, and this pimp shit and the rap shit and all that. 60 years, 60, 70 years of the same shit that didn't work. Now, he was a victim of somebody else's plan. He was a Nigerian American or whatever. I think he was Nigerian. And he came over here and got with a girl, the first girl he could probably get with, because he was tired of his race. He was tired of the females in Nigeria. So he decided to get him a white girl. And they probably was showing him more love, right? So we don't know how long he was with her. We just know the end result of it, right? He didn't just come over here and got himself a white girl. He been with her. So they probably met in high school, probably met somewhere, or she probably with him for money, because my research, she had OnlyFans with him. He was clapping the cheeks on their OnlyFans. So my conclusion is that he came over here thinking that white girls was going to bow down to Mr. BBC. And he didn't understand that the American women, they can always replace your BBC. They can always replace you and get a new dildo. What this guy didn't understand, he was with a complete psychopath, and he was in a home of where women can get away with doing anything to men. So let's talk about the situation that happened with a rapper and a female rapper and her boyfriend. She shot him in the head. I think she killed him, and because he supposedly cheated on her, and I don't even think she's in the jail. There's another woman, black woman, who shot a dude in the car while they was on Facebook Live. She got 10 years probation. She didn't do not one. She only did a year in jail. 10 years probation, and the dude is in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, struggling. So I don't see any stories about that. I don't see any stories about that. So now everybody's gonna run with the fact that he's had a couple tweets talking about so-called black women, and now everybody gonna say we don't feel sorry for him. But everybody was supposed to care about Lauren Fields when she was talking all this shit about black dudes and having a sugar daddy and all this other shit that she was saying. But we're supposed to care about her, and we're supposed to find the killer and make sure he go to jail. Now I find it hypocritical, the same red pill pages, the same red pill content creators, I'm not gonna call the person's name out, he made a video about that, and he didn't make the distinct of her making tweets and videos. He didn't show it, but he did show this black dude's tweets. And the funny thing about this is that we knew that this was gonna happen. When I heard about it, when it was like low key, I said, well, we're gonna have a storm going on. They're gonna try to throw SYSBM and interracial dating at the bus and said, well, this is gonna happen to all of y'all. This dude picked the wrong chick. He thought his BBC was gonna change him. Well, BBC was gonna change her. It didn't work. She ended up stabbing him and taking his life. And now she's gonna be walking out free in a couple years because she's supposedly in a mental institution or walking out absolutely free. She got herself out of jail. So she got to take a person's life and walk out of jail, but that ain't the only time. If they said if they said that they've been abused, that's the get out of free card for every single chick out here. See, the pump and dump lifestyle don't work for you. But hey, I'll be sad if I hear more of y'all this happens to y'all. Because this is going to be a trend. This has been the trend for the past 2 years now. Women taking out their husbands and boyfriends and then saying that it was abuse. They got abused. And some of the women got off. Some of the women got probation. And they got sympathy. Now she pretty much is showing on the hand. It's a lot of black women that got sympathy and now out here right now. They did it 2-3 times. But this is what she looks like. So in 2020, she basically got arrested for DUI. And this is at the time she was still with him. Now, also what they're not telling you is that his white friends, female friends, are standing up for him and throwing her under the bus. There's a reason why the story is out. The story is not out because of the black side. It's because the white side, because the white girl came up and said that she was abusive to him. He wasn't abusive to her. And the girl's probably going to come out with a video or saying or tell what was going to happen. We're going to figure out because the support. This is why I told you a few years ago, stop asking for support from people like black people, black women and black men, because they're fickle as hell and they want you to be their slaves. And I'm going to make a video on what type of men that are out here, online and offline. So this is her going to jail. She was a problematic female in general. Now, we don't know what happened, what prone her to do that to that dude. But now she's gonna have to either hide because his family probably gonna want retaliation, or she gonna get another dude, and then a couple years down the line she gonna do this to another dude, white or anything else. So it's gonna be ultimate thing. What's up? Yeah, what's up? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens to this chick. I remember a few years back, I think in 2012 or 11, I think it was a spiritual chick who who was dancing, and she said a dude took advantage of her. She went out naked, and she was shaking her behind, and she was butt naked, right? And they was throwing hot sauce on her. I think they do hot sauce on her and what's it called on her, and she disappeared from online. She thought everybody was gonna forget what she did, but nobody did. A chick who slept with Drake. A chick who slept with Drake, then cheated on her fiance. I told you about that story where it was in Canada, and Buddy waited till she got into a new relationship and then exposed her, saying that, yeah, she sleep with celebrities, that she'd do the same thing to you, and how she was offline a lot. So I want to see how long this gonna last, because, you know, we're gonna get the next new thing that's gonna happen. This dude lose his life, and they gonna move on to the next topic. So I want to see how that's gonna go down, because I usually upgrade myself with half of the stories that go out, and I give it like at least like 2 or 3 years at best, to see what the story is and what that person doing. Now, I don't know if it's going to increase. I don't know if she's gonna have to hide. But there's a lot of chicks out here that took the life of a dude, and they're out here in the full thing. One of them was a adult entertainer named Maya Bouloudouche or whatever her name is. She got another dude. She told her boyfriend at the time to shoot and kill a dude that called her a whore along with his friend. The two dudes doing life, so they go in jail, but she out. And that's how it is. These chicks do tell dudes to do their dirty work, and then they out here, whatever they doing. Just like the other chick that we was celebrating that had her boyfriend in jail, and they was got a GoFundMe for her, and her bail was like $400,000, and she got out of jail, but her man is in jail now, and she living her life now. But Buddy in jail right now, and I don't think he never coming out. So she was ride or die till it affected her. So this is an unfortunate situation, but the fact is, don't be fooled by what they tell you. Black dudes was basically fooled into believing that they control women through their BBC. And they thought that they control white women and other races of women, but they didn't know that they were just human dildos. Most adult entertainers can tell you that from experience, that once they get cut off and once they get blacklisted, you know what they do? They disappear. Tell me what happened to Lexington Steele. Tell me what happened to Rico Strong. Tell me what happened to half of the old early 2000 adult entertainers. Tell me what happened to them. They all got replaced. Nobody cares about them no more. And the women who used to say oohs and ahs, they replaced them with other dudes. They didn't support them. They didn't care about them. They moved on. So that's my take on this situation, man. It was a dude from another country who thought he was going to get a white girl, because I think it was easy for him in Nigeria because white girls was coming to him. He was getting certain types of white women that used him for a BBC tool. He came to America when he was young, and he basically was like, okay, white girls, it's easy to control white girls, right? And he thought that, you know, I'm gonna live off the BBC. Oh shit, it's a dead cat. Wow, thing got smashed. He thought he was gonna live off the BBC thing. He got himself the right one, and that right one put him in the grave. See, this is why I tell a lot of dudes out here that you're playing Russian roulette with these chicks, and you're gonna meet that right one who gonna do what they need. They're gonna do what they do to you, and then when you're gone, you're gonna have a certain narrative made about you. That's why even now, this story, it goes to my a part of their plan. When I made that video, I was on a roll. But also I wanted to keep it up there as it being prevalent. They want you to be a part of their plan. So, you know, you had Tariq Nasheed, I got it right this time, decided that he wanted to go and dig on some old tweets. The little investigators the same black women who sit back and talk about they care about the community, when one of these thug dudes shoot a kid, they don't do their investigation skills in finding that dude. But somehow, some way, they find old tweets online to put it out and say, oh, this ain't our problem. He ain't a part of our community. But when it comes down to calling the drug dealers out, coming to all the shootouts that happen, and, you know, like I said, when little kids get hit by straight bullets and them shooting each other, where the investigation black women at now? All they do is say, oh, it's such a shame. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. This world is evil. But y'all not doing your investigation skills finding these people. But when it comes down to doing petty stuff like finding the guys that abuse women, you're posting their addresses out. When it comes down to black guys dating white women, you posting their whole life out. You posting old tweets and everything. And it's like, y'all some hypocrites. Y'all don't care about no community. Y'all care about yourselves. Because you can tell what they respond to. I said this before. I think I said this in a comment. I said, pay attention to what they respond to. Because they don't respond to everything. They don't respond to when it's on their side, when it's a white guy did this to a black chick. They always respond when it's a black chick, another race doing it to a black dude. And it's not very common like that. It's not an everyday occurrence. But when it does happen, you hear all these narratives and all this other stuff happen. But the funny thing about this is them old tweets from their side always end up being deleted. Funny how that goes. Where the parents go into the profile and start deleting tweets and deleting old posts and everything else, try to make the person look clean. It's like, no, the person wasn't clean. And the people start screenshotting this stuff and be like, yeah, I know y'all are gonna delete it. Trying to make the person look all better than what they are. And I find it funny. And it took like at least close to 3 days for so many media to cover it. Because the family and the friends was making a fuss about it. So, yeah, man, that's I find it funny, man. That's my take on this situation. It's just, the dude made a mistake. He thought he bet on the BBC. It didn't work out. He got killed. That's it. That's all that happened. He thought that all white girls was gonna worship him based off that. He didn't do it. He lost. He chose one of the chaotic women in this country that will take you out. And then the end result is she's gonna get away with it. She's not gonna do a lot of time. I don't think she's gonna do any time. They're gonna just lock her up in a mental facility. And then they're gonna try to move it around where they're gonna act like she's taking medication or whatever she's gonna do, and she's gonna get away with, taking the buddy out. But if that was a man, it'd be a different story. He'd be in jail. He'd be waiting his trial in jail without bond, and it'd be a done deal. But hey, as long as it's not one of you guys, like I told you, it is a darker side of going to another race, because you don't want to go. You don't want to be so sick of the BWs. You're going to go with a low tier, bottom tier another racing chick who acts just like the B-dubs. But you just don't know because she looks better than the B-dubs. You gotta watch that too. So, yeah, man, it's a sad situation. But at the same time, he lived by the vagina and he died by the vagina. You know? I took a look at some of his look at some of their work. It was trash, it was low tier. She got a man voice. You can tell she's masculine because her voice is too deep. And I think she taking some type of hormones. Because I think she was in a fitness competition a couple years ago. There's a couple videos that I'm probably gonna try to post about her old videos that she got on YouTube. So yeah.